Bonjour, Kinamagi and Ireland and Dijnakas, and welcome to this overview of our Week 37 learning plan and a number of announcements. We'll begin our episode by reminding you of the segchipschool.net website, where if you have students still coming through or want to look at what's going on here at SCA, there's an Explorer page where you can go to staff pages like mine, down right here, and be able to call me here at the school. You'll be able to catch information and events that are coming up. There's a lot of cool stuff there that I recommend you check out. Also, I want to point out on the stream, going into the last week, we still post our daily schedule. This is a good thing to look at with your student the night before. You post right around 4 p.m. each day. We have a lot of big events this week, and this is the one for Friday, where we're currently scheduled to go to Camp Cutler here in an hour and 20 minutes. That might be delayed by the weather. We'll find out. But I post newsletters, these learning plans. You can see the week 36, and I tend to leave newsletters up for a while. This one will be attached to the top once the school year ends. How to contact me is I will likely leave this open for a period of time this summer. I'm not sure exactly how long, but that'll give the students a place to say, hey, I remember that if I go to the Padlet, which is located under the classwork and resources you may need, 5th grade Padlet, they can get there from here. Now, there won't be assignments posted, of course, and there won't be Zoom links, but you'll have things where they can check in and use some of the resources. And let's look at that Padlet for a moment, and I've already got that open. And this is a good thing for students to use. It will be updated probably to chapter 1 here in social studies, but there'll be some small tweaks, but nothing tremendous. Students have Khan Academy accounts they can access. Many of them have Prodigy. There's some other math practice things, times tables, math games here. Those are all great things to use to kind of keep their skills up as they're walking into middle school. And while we did our best during the year to have them as ready as a normal year, there is still that work to do coming out of the craziness of COVID and having them ready to walk in and be more prepared than their peers for the first day of 6th grade. We have our link to reading A to Z. Students will be welcome to use that at the beginning, and Epic, as long as they allow it. Mel Kids is the Michigan Library. And there's also a link to our tribal library. Under this, PHET simulations that students might enjoy over the summer. And then we have some geography games there. Technology, 21 things for students. This would not be a bad thing for students to do over the summer. They don't necessarily have to share it with me anymore. If they want to, that's cool. I don't have an objection to that. But this will give them a chance to practice technology skills, as will code.org. Typing.com's there as well. And I know a lot of students like NitroType. Practicing those skills will just help them be ready. And we know that summer goes by fast, but there's also a lot of downtime. So if a student, if you want to set up an organized time with your student to say, for 20 minutes here, you're going to work on technology. This is where you can go. Or 20 minutes, I want you to work on math. Khan Academy would be good. ST Math would be great. Those kind of things that'll help them. And anytime that a student needs a login question over the summer, send me an email. Once my student, always my student. So I'm more than happy to look things up and give them the information they need. Now, sometimes there may be a delay in getting that to you if I happen to be traveling at that moment in time, but generally you'll get it pretty quickly. There's a link to the Ojibwe People's Dictionary. It's where I get the source for my language on our newsletters. We didn't do a lot with map skills due to some issues, but that's there. And there's a link to Duolingo if your student wants to get a head start on learning a language such as Spanish or French or German or Klingon or Latin. Yes, those are all on there. Duolingo, yes, there are things you can do to pay to get unlimited access, but there are free. I use the free version. I don't pay for the upgrade, and I don't run out of things to do on there. The hint that I would give all the students is when it says, hey, open the chest, do it, because those little cubes can help you replenish your lives. And instead of having to wait for them to go on there. I spend maybe 15 minutes a day on Duolingo, and I think it's very helpful. It's good for the brain to study those kind of things. Yesterday, which would be the 27th as I record this, students received this note from the office, just kind of going over some important end of the year dates. Chromebooks are due by the 4th, which is next Friday, the last day of school. We plan to do a digital learning on Wednesday. So my recommendation is start sending with your students on Thursday and Friday. If they're here in the classroom, this will give them that opportunity. They may not need them after that. They could use them here and then just kind of leave them with me, and I'll check them in. If you're an at-home learner, you're going to probably want to wait until the 4th. And you can make arrangements with me if you're exclusively at home, where we might be able to make that other arrangement so that you don't have to come down. I will be in touch with you on that one soon. The last day of school for students is Friday, June 4th. It's a half day with dismissal at 12:30. Our graduation ceremony that day will be at 10 a.m. at the Broadway Park Pavilion. Students will be receiving an invitation. So we look forward to a little bit more of normalcy and seeing our students for the first time in quite a while. There'll be re-enrollment paperwork, and that isn't going to apply so much to the 5th graders as they will be moving on, but to siblings. I will be giving out more information about emails via email for graduation. And if you have questions, send me an email at your earliest convenience. Be looking at it. Even on Monday, I will be checking email as well. I know it gets into that last part. Looking back into our learning plan right here, you see on Monday there is no school, but I always encourage students to read for 20 minutes a day, even during the summer. And otherwise, there's no sessions. You get to spend that day how you see fit. On Tuesday, in the morning will be regular academics. There's some lessons, and you'll see these last chance assessments. Those are chances to earn 3s on skills that they may not have done as well on the assignment, and they're getting another chance to earn that 3. I will be doing grades throughout the week, and these will be giving me a chance to just update them as we go. Writing City, you can see there's 2, if you're wondering, 2 days, Mr. I, that's the last week of school, and you're really throwing it up. These have been open. Students are working at their own pace. This just kind of gives them a mile marker to say, oh, I'm here. And I'll be looking at these over the weekend and giving feedback to students in case they need to do a little tweaking. We've been working on informational research papers. And I'll show you a little bit about how to find the work on Writing City in just a moment in the last part of this video. Math, after Friday, today's test, there won't be a test next week, but we do have lessons scheduled. And that's just to kind of keep giving them as much information. One of the things that I told the students on day 1 is we work all the way through, and that includes me. And so we will have a lesson. And frankly, they're going to get bored if I don't teach them something. Science, we'll have some last chances in Mystery Doug, a little reading about science, just kind of giving some more information. Social studies, we had a couple lessons. Math review, some more second chance assessments. Those are kind of directly related to what we're doing in math. versus their own thing. Now, special events. On Tuesday is the SCA giveaway ceremony for our students. We'll be across the street at the Broadway Park Pavilion from 12:30 to 2:30. I believe there was an email sent out about that one, not by me though. But that's what we'll be doing. So they may want to check the weather that day to dress accordingly. If it's warm out, you don't want the overly warm packed. And then on our Wednesday is a regular day with including Wellness Wednesday. Thursday is field day, and I'll get you more information as it comes available to me. You can see we do part of the morning, part of the afternoon. Students will want to have comfortable shoes and have what they need to be comfortable throughout the day. If it's a warmer day, which seems unlikely at this moment, but I haven't looked at the forecast that far out, you want to be dressed accordingly. And then on Friday is the graduation ceremony at 10 a.m. Couple last things to show you in the Google Classroom for those of you wanting to make sure your student is finishing what they need to finish. On your student classroom, there'll be the pancake up here. It'll say, once you click on it, there'll be a to-do, and that'll show you all of their assignments that they have not yet turned in. We have another one. Let's go to Writing A to Z, or Writing City, sorry. And if they log in, I'm going to log in as a student just to be able to demonstrate this to you. They have a homepage tab right here that shows all of the assignments that they haven't turned in. Now, granted, this Mr. student who I'm showing you apparently hasn't done a lot of work, so they're all there. But if your student's up to date, they may have nothing there. Sit down with them and look at it. And then finally, under Writing City, once they log in, there's a little arrow, and you can look, and generally they'll say the numbers of how many assignments are in progress, finished, or not started. The expectation is every assignment that was due beginning on April 9th through the end of the year, they must complete. If as a parent or guardian and you're like, you know what, I don't like that my student didn't do these two in March, that's fully okay with me too. But for fifth grade purposes, for my purposes this quarter, those are what are going to be required. I know that's a lot of information, and if you have any questions, please reach out to me at mireland@sagchipschool.net. Hope you all have a minal gishigad. Minwa, Bamapi.